The San Bruno-based YouTube has agreed to pay $24 million to settle a lawsuit over President Trump's suspension from the social media platform. Trump was suspended following the January 6th insurrection. Alphabet-owned Apple is the third big tech company to settle over the president's removal. $22 million will go to the nonprofit Trust for the National Mall. The rest will go to other plaintiffs.
Submitted to the House Judiciary Committee, Republicans are investigating whether the Biden administration forced tech companies to restrict speech on their platforms. In the letter, Alphabet's lawyer wrote the administration pressured the company to remove content that it said did not violate YouTube's policies.
That was a whopping $24.5 million settlement. After years of censorship, blacklisting, and outright bans, outright bias, YouTube has been forced to pay the price. They settled because they knew they would lose in court. The Trump administration has all the receipts and birds are singing. But here at Skolias Geneas, it is not about money. It is about a fundamental failure of character. For years, YouTube claimed to be defending democracy. But as we are about to see, their actions prove they were doing the exact opposite. This is a story of their arrogant hypocrisy. The ban on President Trump was not an isolated incident. It was the flagship of a systemic purge of conservative voices and inconvenient truth from their platform.
Yesterday, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan made a bombshell announcement that Alphabet, the parent company of tech giants Google and YouTube, will be reinstating those banned for political speech related to election integrity and those who were also banned in the wake of all of the COVID-19 debates and discussions online. In a letter to the committee, Alphabet's counsel wrote the company terminated channels for repeatedly violating community guidelines on election integrity through 2023 and COVID-19 through 2024. Reflecting the company's commitment to free expression, YouTube will provide an opportunity for all creators to rejoin the platform. Alphabet also admitted for the first time that they faced censorship pressure under the guise of combating misinformation from the Biden administration. They even attacked Europe's draconian censorship laws and warned about the chilling effect it could have on their platform. Without question, this is one of the biggest free speech wins we've had since Elon Musk bought Twitter. Conservatives and truth-tellers will be regaining access to more than 2 billion people who use YouTube each month. Now, we give credit to Alphabet. They're doing exactly what was asked. They're owning up to past mistakes, taking action to rectify it, and saying that they will alert about future threats. The reality is that the country could be less divided, better informed, and more free if the rest of Silicon Valley followed their lead. And we certainly hope they do. President of the American Principles Project, Terry Schilling, joins us tonight to tell us more. So, Terry, when I saw this decision from Alphabet to re-platform people on YouTube, I was encouraged that it was a sign of good corporate citizenship. What was your take?
No, I think this is a good sign. Frankly, I don't think it's enough. We do need to get conservatives back on every single platform we possibly can. Our country's at stake, Mac. You know that better than anyone.
It was a conspiracy theory that was not a theory. The Biden White House was directly pressuring social media giants to silence Americans.
The COVID-19 censorship acts were particularly egregious because people were being censored for telling the truth. If people just shared accurate side effects of the vaccines, they were taken down. When it is true information that is being removed at the behest of the government, it makes you wonder whether or not that's a time we'll ever revisit. Do you think that that is now past us with this reckoning from Google, or do you think we have to remain vigilant going forward?
I think we have to remain vigilant going forward, Matt. As always, that's the price of liberty is eternal vigilance, as Thomas Jefferson said. But the reality is that Google deplatformed people. There are people online that were good streamers, that had good shows that, as you said, were telling the truth. And they got deplatformed, which means they couldn't make their money anymore. A lot of people make their livelihoods off of Google and off of YouTube, and they took that away. So they've got to make some type of reparation here to get these guys back up to speed. But until then, I think that there should be more investigations and more pressure put on Google to make make America right, and so that there has to be some consequences to this, Matt, because if there aren't, they're going to continue to do this in the future if we let them get away with it.
Mark Zuckerberg said that the Biden administration would call Facebook and scream at them if they didn't censor certain accounts, and now it turns out that Google was doing the same thing. Oh my God.
Oh, shocker. Except, nuh-uh, guys. Nuh-uh. The 400 celebrities and their friends in the media and all that say it was only the Trump administration because of something that never actually apparently happened.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about this because it is a startling contrast to Hollywood freaking out about perceived censorship when there was actual censorship going on social media in the 2020s and probably before, I'd say as early as probably 2018, 2019, and they cheered it on. They loved it. They loved it when conservatives lost their platform.
Yeah, and they're yelling about, oh, it's McCarthyism. We got to stop McCarthyism. I'm like, bitch, you guys were doing it before this. Was it not McCarthyism then? I would argue it's a hell of a lot more McCarthy-esque then than it is now, because you're just mad because it's on your side.
Exactly. That's just it.
I'm so mad, and I'm like, we've always kind of been moderate, and we used to lean left. Now we didn't change, but somehow we're labeled moderate right. And it's like anybody in the middle watching this, anybody with a brain can be like, this is like hypocrisy to the umpteenth power.
Well, the thing is, the middle, I don't think until recently was really paying attention. They just kind of went along with whatever the mainstream media said, whatever they saw on social media.
Well, even now, the mainstream media keeps doubling down with bullshit narratives about Jimmy Kimmel and all this stuff. And that's not, it's because of the FCC guy. But that the Next Star said, I think it was Next Star, one of the two, said, we did make the decision. No one political shit from Biden's administration. That's okay. That's not McCarthyism. But oh my God, you took Jimmy Kimmel off the air for saying something really, really shitty. Oh, they're trying to silence us. Free speech matters, guys. Free speech always fucking mattered, asshats. It always did. You only care about it now because you think it's going to impact you. But you were completely fine when it impacted everybody else that you didn't agree with. The whole lot of those 400 celebrities can sit and fucking spin. Honestly. The arrogance and I'm important. And I say, don't fucking care what you say. I think you just signed over your names to things that everybody's going to be like, oh, don't want to have anything to do with them now, because you're like, oh, we want free speech. No, you don't. You want your speech.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's like, cry me a river. And they were cheering it on. I know there were a lot of celebrities that were kind of like, well, the alt-right Nazis are on these platforms. They need to be deplatformed. And, where was Pedro Pascal when Gina Carano got fired? Like he didn't voice, I don't think publicly.
No, but he did for Kimmel.
Yeah, he did for Kimmel. He's like standing all of his co-stars were standing up for Gina Carano.
What kind of character flaw drives a multi-billion-dollar company to wage war on free speech? Arrogant hypocrisy. It is the belief that your worldview is so righteous that any means are justified to crush dissent. They drape themselves in the flag of protecting democracy while using the tactics of an authoritarian regime, silencing, deplatforming, and financially crippling anyone who questioned their narrative. This hypocrisy was never clearer than in the debate over the coronavirus vaccines, where telling the truth was a fireable offense. So Trump won, YouTube lost. What is the repercussion of this? A $24.5 million check is nothing to a company worth trillions. It's a parking ticket. They have admitted their wrongdoing, not through an apology, but through a multi-million-dollar check. The big question is, will the creators they banned be compensated for years of lost income? The real consequence is the one we are seeing now. A complete collapse of their integrity, of their credibility, if they ever had it in the first place. They were not defenders of democracy. They were agents of a political narrative, and they got caught. And more importantly, will all those creators ever come back? A few have. Many have built new homes and platforms which valued free speech from the beginning, such as Rumble. Is the lure of the almighty YouTube dollar enough to make them forget the years of censorship, of pain? Or will they stand firm on character and integrity? refusing to return to the platform which tried to destroy them? That is a question each of them will have to answer. That is a question of character. The choice of which character to build is always ours. The choice is always yours. Thank you for joining us at Skolias Geneas.